What is up? Welcome back. It is Monday. Got some news, 9:45 news, 10 a.m. news. Um, this week I am willing to trade both. My funded account on Tradeovate, as you can see, we are currently negative $200. We've got $1,000 left. I'm just going to go in with 2 micros on NQ, maybe even 1 micro on NQ, just to get out of negative balance. But I'm open this week to trade in this and the challenge that I've got on Top Step X, which is currently $32 in profit. So I'm open to trade in both of these today. But here's what I'm looking at going into open. So big time frame. ES on Friday took out buy side, which is all-time highs. NQ not close at all. Super big mega bearish SMT right there. ES has also took out these highs. NQ hasn't. Another SMT, and more recently we just put an SMT as well. But bigger time frame, I'm seeing all of these lows that have been generated and that haven't been taken. So I'm looking at this as we need a higher time frame. We're going to run this. So that's what I'm looking at going into open. There is absolutely still room for the upside though, in my opinion. But that's what I'm looking at. Going to the daily on NQ, we're still in this daily imbalance right here. It's been holding us all of last week, and we could absolutely push through this and go to all-time highs, and follow what ES has done. But until I'm shown that, until this is ran through, I'm bearish, to be honest. This is still holding. So the bigger time frame draw, in my opinion, is lower. Now zooming in, we have got this 4-hour imbalance right here that we tapped a very tiny bit and then had this move up to buy side in. This buy side has been taken already on NQs here. No, ES, sorry. But yeah, this buy side has been taken. We put an SMT at the most recent high as well, from Friday's high. The 1 hour as well, we are reacting off this 1 hour imbalance. It has been holding, which could tell us the draw's higher still, as bullish confluences are still being held. But SMT at Friday's high, after NQ taking a higher time frame buy side in a daily imbalance, it makes logical sense to be bearish because it just does. But price could absolutely run up still today. So NQ has also left these lows, very equal lows, did not take this low, equal lows right here in this 1 hour and 4 hour imbalance. So I'd be expecting something like that today. As I said, this 15-minute imbalance is holding still bullish, but higher time frame, this daily imbalance has held bearish for a long time now. So I'm expecting that to continue until proven otherwise. But overall, I am bearish today because we've just taken buy side on NQ and put in an SMT at Friday's high. ES, that 4-hour imbalance was pushed into a bit more. Then NQ did, held it bullish, and then we've having moves up. But it's this SMT really, which is telling me we are bearish, and ES also on Friday taking out all-time highs. So I'd expect to see some profit taking from there, some moves down off of that. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at going into open. Let's mark on this sell side. There we go. So that's what I'm looking at going into open. We'll see what price gives us. We're just going to be patient, just be aware, and wait for the data to tell us what to do. So, peace. Alrighty, so I took a bit of a silly loss. I didn't wait for the full picture to be drawn. There was not a dumb clear model. There was not a dumb clear setup. I FOMO'd into it pretty much. thinking about the money, thinking about being back on the funded account, thinking about the money. So it was inevitable. I haven't traded this account for a long time. So a stupid loss was inevitable. I can't just take the blame off me though. I forced the setup. There was nothing. Yeah. Market opened and I wanted to be right. I wanted to be bearish. Again, exerting my bias onto the market. And then price ran up, chopped, put in this micro SMT right here from a high that wasn't even existing on ES. You see on ES, the line's not even at a high. And then I took this as the change in state, and then news came out and pushed into this 1 minute imbalance. We didn't even get a reaction. I just entered because we tapped it and moved down a little bit, and I entered in there, stop at that high of that tiny SMT, targeting that low. Again, just super greedy, super forced, not a clear setup formed, and that was it. 2 micros on the XFA, $116 down, and we have not got a lot of drawdown left. We've got not a lot at all. Not a lot at all. About $800. So on the XFA now, it is 6 losses in a row. I'm going to keep trading this now because that is just my own fault if I lose it, because 6 losses in a row. And like I'm having 2 micros on each. These are really micro risk and I'm just losing. So it's my own fault if the account's gone, and then we can just focus on the top step one, the challenge again. But it is unfortunate. Well, it's not. It's stupid because I forced the trade off of nothing. There was not any bearish order flow. There was not any bearish confluences. It was just straight chop. ES ran up and took out this buy side, so that high time from SMT was gone. We completely ran through this daily imbalance now. And obviously ES took all-time high, so we've just chopped our way down on ES while NQ chops our way up. So should have been avoided, should have been no trades. There was nothing to take. This move up, there was not an opportunity for me to take it anyway. As I was saying last week, not every move needs to be caught, not every move needs to be traded, and this was one that wasn't to be traded, and I was just thinking, oh yeah, we'll go down now. So completely forced that trade. It seems as if I was saying market open, we need to run all this, when in reality we are running all of these. This is the super high time frame model. We are now running all those low resistance highs on the way to the external buy side, which is all-time highs. So I had the wrong outlook on the day. I was wrong. If you look back at my trade recaps from this week, the 18th and stuff, I did have these drew on. I had those lines drew on back on, I like here. Like I had these lines drew on. I was like, right, this is the high time frame model. How can we align it? And I just sort of forgot about that. So yeah, no trades on the challenge though. You can see no executions, realized P&L and realized P&L. So nothing on the actual challenge, which again shows thinking about the money, thinking about the result. So that's why I traded this one, and it's just a. I said as long as I do nothing stupid, it will all be fine. But I've done something stupid on day one, being back on this XFA. For me to even think about selling, I'd have to see this run through, and I just forced the trade. And that's the danger of having expectations. That's the danger of forcing your bias onto the market, because you will just find anything. You will find any excuse to get into a trade. And, well, that was my any excuse to get into a trade. I can't grab it. That was my excuse to get in. Oh my God. That was my excuse to get in, and it was just pretty stupid. It looked something like this. I actually got my fill here. I don't know how that's possible because that candle didn't touch that point. Stop was there, my target was there. So I actually got stopped a bit late as well. One more down. That's what it looked like. 114 tick stop, 3.08 are our risk to reward. I don't know why I've got that wrong. And yeah, it was just the complete wrong idea, the complete wrong. My bias was wrong, my expectations for price was wrong, and I forced it onto the market, which is where I went wrong. There is no trade to take today. I just forced it. I was greedy. I was thinking about the outcome, which is exactly the opposite of what I should be doing. Because one day won't fix. I was like, oh yeah, if I just win this one trade, then all these losses will be gone, and I'll fix it. One day will not fix nothing. I have that on my wall. One day will not fix it. Submit to the process. So it's going to be a process to get this account back to where it was. I've got to submit to it. I've got to take the dumb clear trades, wait for the full picture to be drawn, and then just take the trade. So it's my own fault, this loss. I'm going to go journal. It is a tricky one. The account is now near being blown, but you know, just going to keep going. If I keep good risk of the similar risk to today, but actually take good trades, we should be back here soon, but I'm not going to worry about that. And if we have good risk on these trades and we just keep losing, but taking good trades, then it's our own fault. We've lost the account because of 6 wins in a row, and it's deserved to go. So yeah, rest of the week news is looking okay. I'm not really liking Friday. I might avoid Friday this week. But overall, stupid start to the week. Again, confidence has been knocked, but I'm doing good at going into each day with confidence, forgetting about the day before, which is good. I bring into the day the same amount of confidence no matter what I did the day before. So, and also ES took out this low here. That is a very bullish SMC, which I gave no value to. I gave no value to at all. So, you know, it is what it is. It's hard because I went into the trade knowing I shouldn't be taking this, knowing it was not clear, knowing it was not what I wanted to see happen, but I took it anyway. It's one of those things where you know you're making a mistake and you just do it anyway. So it's tough, it's rough. But we journal and then we forget. We learn. We journal, then we learn, then we forget. Just don't force the trade, don't force the bias. If price now moves down, I will not care. I will not care at all. But yeah, whether I'm even ready to be back on this XFA, who knows? But you never know. If you're ready to, you try it. So I'm glad this day happened, and I'm glad this loss is out the way because it was inevitable just to be greedy again, thinking about the money and not thinking about just the trade, because this was not a trade that one should be taking. So this was a trade for the sake of taking a trade. This was not a trade for the sake of trading my system, trading my edge, because I did not see what I wanted to see. For me to even take a short, that 5 minute would need to be ran through, and it wasn't. We were holding it. And it is a tricky one. You know, it is a tricky one. It's a tricky one in the terms of swallowing what I did, you know. But I think definitely something to work on It's just not taking low quality setups. Just not taking a trade when there's no trade to be taken. Not taking the low rubbish opportunity. Not taking the unclear, no internal model that aligns with the external model. And I mean, my external model was wrong anyway. I was expecting shorts off of this daily imbalance, and that just didn't happen. So whether I should have flipped what I was thinking as soon as I saw this massive leg up, 400 tick to the upside, then straight through the daily imbalance. It's all comes with experience. But yeah, there was no reason to take this. I'm just looking at it now. I'm just, why? There was, oh dear. There wasn't even like strong enough displacement through a low off of the sweep. There was no displacement to the downside. There should have been no short. There should have been no long either. There's no opportunity to long this, in my opinion, either. At all, because yeah, this is very choppy for a Monday. It's a Monday with quite impactful news. Red folder news. It's just not done anything. So that's the first day back on the funded account. Put me in a more difficult situation. Lots of lessons to learn. Stop taking the low quality. Wait for the full picture. It's game of Pictionary. If you're in a game of Pictionary and someone's drawing something and you see a circle, you go, oh my god, pizza. But then they start drawing lines off it. And if you waited, you'd see it was a sun. Just wait for the full picture. That's the big lesson today. And have the discipline to stay away. I have struggled with that so many times in the past. Fighting the greed. I FOMO'd into that. I did everything wrong. So many bad habits. I FOMO'd in. I had greed thinking about the money. I had no discipline to avoid the low I FOMO'd in. Money focused. Greed. No discipline to avoid the improbable setup. But at least I took one trade and I stepped away after that one trade. That is a win. But it's not very meaningful when the trade shouldn't have been taken in the first place. So, rough day. Peace.